Hi Capricorn, welcome back to the Tarology 33 channel. This is your April 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's the Celtic Crossbred as always. And I also pulled a 4 agreement, Wisdom Oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have 11. And 11th house for you guys is actually Scorpio. Astrologically speaking, not much going on there. We have the South Node there, of course. But in general, 11th house points to friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. And I do see some Scorpio cards in your spread. Alright, we have Pluto. At the time I'm recording this, it's still in your sign. It's just about to move out of there, though. And in April, it'll be in Aquarius. So moving from your sign to your second house, and second house could point to possession, self-worth, finances. And we have Taurus. So Taurus for you guys is 5th house energy. And of course, as we get toward the end of April, we'll be in Taurus season. There'll be a new moon in Taurus right when we start Taurus season as well. We've had Uranus there for a long time. The North Node is wrapping up a transit through there as well. I think Venus will be moving through there also. So plenty of energy going on there. And 5th house in general points to romance, creativity, and children. So we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the moon, and challenging that, we have the Page of Cups. So seeing these two energies come out together could just be saying that you might not necessarily be seeing a situation clearly, and for some of you this might even represent some kind of communication that you might have held with someone, and it might have come out completely the wrong way, but you might not be aware of that, so just one of those things where I feel like you were probably on the up and up as well. So you could have come forward, communicated something to someone. Could have been a romantic offer, or maybe even a creative idea if it was within the workplace. And I feel like it's saying that it just wasn't received the way that you might have expected it to be. So that's primarily what I'm picking up on with that. And this could just be pointing to the lunar cycles that we're going to have. So at the time of recording this, we haven't had that new moon in Aries just yet, but that's the first one. And then in April itself, we'll have the full moon in Libra, and then the new moon in Taurus. So be on the lookout for those particular times is when you might see this energy flare up. Alright, in the foundation position, we have the 5 of Cups. So yeah, for some of you, whatever this miscommunication was, it might have actually led to a bit of a falling out, possibly with friends, given that we saw the 11th house energy come up in your dice, and then here we see the 3 spilled cups, which makes me think of the 3 of Cups energy, which could point to friendships, possibly even siblings or people that just feel like family that you've known for so long. But that's primarily what I'm seeing there. It looks like there was some kind of miscommunication, and now there's some disappointment around it. But like I said, to this point, it looks like you might have understood what went wrong. Alright, in the past position, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this is another indicator that, like I said, it looks like whatever this was, things seem to have gone off the rails with it. And seeing this makes me think of the fact that now you guys actually have Saturn in your 3rd house communication. So it could be one of those things where that transit's going to force you to look at some things around communication and possibly see maybe where these things did go wrong. And then not to mention we're going to have a Mercury retrograde as well, right around the start of Taurus season. So could just be one of those times where these things are going to be coming back up for you. Alright, in the present position, we have the 7 of Swords. So a lot of times this could point to deception, but what I feel like this is saying here more than anything, given the context of what we've been talking about so far, I feel like this is saying just watch out for over-promising something when you know deep down that you can't deliver that much. I feel like that could be a possible risk for you guys this month, where you just might say, let's just say it's at work, right? And they say, hey, we have to get these 7 projects done. And you tell them, oh yeah, I could totally get them done. Knowing that realistically you probably couldn't get them all done, right? But now they're expecting you to do it because you agreed to do it. So it could just be one of those things like that. But yeah, just be on the lookout for that this month. All right, in the near future position, we have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, to me, this is something's just out of your reach. If we look at that artwork, we see the pentacles just out of the reach of their hands. So it could just be saying that you're close to a goal, excuse me, close to a goal that you have, but not quite there yet. And again, maybe because, excuse me, maybe because you've had a falling out with whomever you needed to collaborate with. So that could be the key there, is to rectify that situation, and that'll help you get the forward movement you need. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Knight of Cups. So this is actually Pisces energy here, which is your third house communication. And to me, this says that you probably will come across a lot better the second time around. Because like I said, we see the page energy. So the Knight is a step up from the page. And given that we had the moon with that as well, could just be saying that whatever you initially tried to come forward with in the past, again, I feel like the intentions were pure, but it just seems like it might not have come across nearly the way you expected it to. So this could just represent you guys coming forward to say, okay, I understand what happened now, right? And then you come forward to actually rectify the situation. All right, in the environment position, we have the Page of Wands. So this could just be saying that this is the spark that you feel now, and this reminds me of the fact that you guys are going to have Mars moving through Cancer, which is your opposite sign, throughout the month of April. So that could be what lights that spark for you too, because of course, seventh house does point to romantic relationships, but also just business partnerships at times as well, if there's a formal contract within it. So whatever the situation is, having Mars in that seventh house can help you to spark that makes you say, okay, whatever this is that went off the rails, now's the time for me to take action to fix it. And if this is pointing to the other person or the other parties involved in the situation, looks like they're ready to move forward as well. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Star. So to me, this is saying it's probably more of a hope for the majority of you, and it could just be saying that you hope that, okay, I feel like I figured out what went wrong here, right? And I feel like I learned from it. I'm ready to move forward. So I feel like this is what it's saying for a lot of you. Like, okay, I get it now, right? Especially because, like I said, it doesn't seem like there was any nefarious intentions behind whatever this miscommunication was. It just seemed like things seemed to really spiral a bit out of control with the situation. But I would say this is saying that you're like, okay, hopefully I learned what I need to learn from that. I'm not going to repeat the cycle. I'm going to be able to move forward. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Death card. So yeah, to me, this is pointing to this cycle coming to an end for you guys, and I feel like it's going to be, for the majority of you, a positive thing. Where, like I said, it looks like something already happened that went wrong. There wasn't the malicious intent behind it. It's just somehow things were, you were perceiving things one way, whereas the people that you were communicating with perceived it a different way. Now, to me, this is saying that you guys will be able to set the situation right this month. Now, for some of you, it could also still mean that you do decide to go your separate ways with these people. But either way, I feel like this is saying that's the end of that cycle with the confusion and not knowing what went off the rails. And this will be a month where you can actually fix all that. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. So this is Leo energy here. But what this could even just be saying is, for some of you might have realized that, okay, maybe the situation did bring to light that there might have been a bit of a pattern that you might have had where you could have come across the wrong way. Again, not necessarily meaning to, but you just might not have had that awareness of how you were coming across. So that's what I see with that. All right, moving on to your 4 agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word. And it says let go of self-judgment and blame. Okay, it says being impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself for anything. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there, especially because, like I said, whatever this was, the main energy that I kept picking up on was that there wasn't nefarious intent behind it. It's just something went wrong, somehow the wires got crossed with the communication. So this is saying if you're being judgmental toward yourself around the situation, try not to be. Easier said than done, I know, but it looks like you will have the opportunity to fix it this month anyway. All right, moving on to the Wisdom of the Oracle. We have a change in the wind. There's the artwork, and the number is 12. So we'll see what this has to say. Okay, essential meanings. It says a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. The Oracle's message. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there. And that does make me think of the fact that, like we said, Pluto did come up in your dice. And you guys have had Pluto in your sign since like 2008. And it's finally moving out of there. So even that alone could feel like a huge shift for you guys. But hopefully it resonated. All right, the relationship message says relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, the way for you to understand your own heart better, and to know what you need to truly be happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear, and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there too, especially if this was around a romantic connection, because like I said, we could see that there's definitely an energy of a miscommunication there. And like I mentioned, I got that feeling as well that the situation can be corrected. All right, the prosperity message says, as you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you pursued something that you suddenly realize is not in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All will be well. Even better, actually. Trust. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there as well, especially when we were talking about that Page of Pentacles energy where you might feel like something's just out of your reach. So hopefully that resonates. Alright, and lastly we have a Mudra for you guys. So this is the Mudra here. It's the Ashvaratna Mudra, and the keyword for it is perspective. Okay, and there's the info on it if you want to pause it to take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says balances earth, water, and fire elements, benefiting digestion, circulation, and overall vitality, cuts through ego, clinging, and narrow-mindedness, gives new perspective on your choices and life's path. So if that sounds like a Mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.